Hi there folks, look, I just took a look at my charts, and that full moon eclipse, the lunar eclipse is taking place on the 30th of November. I was actually looking at the wrong house for most of the signs, so I just wanted to quickly go through. And Aquarius, the full moon eclipse takes place in your 5th house, which has to do with children, love affairs and romance. There could be something there that comes to the surface during this eclipse. It's your turn, Aquarius, for the November 2020 monthly forecast. A little perspective on what's going on in your sun sign horoscope. Now, if you know your lunar sign or ascending sign, you can apply some of what I'm saying to that. Of course, it's best to know the time of birth and prepare it for the latitude and longitude you were born. But let's take a look. First and foremost, we've had those 2 retrograde planets that I've been ranting and raving about for a while. So for you, really the retrograde Mercury is supposedly quite a good thing. It's in your 9th house right now. It moves out of that retrograde phase on the 4th of November and then makes its way around the 11th into the 10th house where the sun is right now. So this is one of the better times of the year when the sun is at that point that appears to be right above at midday, which is where it is right now in your horoscope. Then this has really great connotations for your work, for your self-esteem, for pay rise, for really garnering the goodwill of the people that you work with, particularly your employer. So these 2 points in the chart are exceptionally good for you and should indicate that the month of November up till 22nd November should be quite powerful and positive, especially with respect to your work and professional activities. Now, the other factor that we must look at is this retrograde Mars for you, which is the ruler of your 3rd house and also the ruler of your 10th house. Now, I've just on the one hand said great things happening for your work, but the other thing is that the retrograde Mars tends to put things on hold or on delay. Now, Mars will move back into its direct motion on the 14th, so you can expect some good stuff. So if I give you the window of opportunity there, Aquarius, it's 14th till the 22nd. That 1 week and 1 day there, that's the likely time when you can forge ahead. After that, the sun moves to your 11th house. That's also good, but it brings with it more of a social connotation. Work hard for the month of November. Then after the 22nd, you can kick your heels up and have some fun. Go and have your tequila or whatever it is that you prefer to drink and celebrate a little bit. You may have some cause for celebration at that time. Nevertheless, the retrograde Mars does sometimes put things on hold. Things don't turn out exactly as you expected, but I think that counteractive influence of Mercury and the sun is pretty good for you and brings some success and good fortune. 3rd house position of Mars, and we've talked about its 10th house relationship, which is the work itself. 3rd house has to do with the thinking mind. Now, this is interesting because maybe, at least for some of you, you may have some big opportunities there, but when the planet ruling one's mind goes into that retrograde motion, you may have a complete change of heart. You may think, nah, screw it, I'm just not going to do that. Yeah, you've got to look. What's one man's meat is another man's poison, right? They may say to you, look, this is the best thing since sliced bread. We're going to give you this and we're going to give you that. You are going to hit the top. And you're thinking to yourself, yeah, but I've got to work 100 hours a week to do that. So you've got to look at on balance, how this is going to work out for you. Now, let me move forward here. Venus is in the 9th house. That's very lucky. So that's another counteractive point that brings with it good luck, good favor from the people that you're dealing with. The new moon is particularly important because that also takes place in this 10th house. Can you see how the themes recur throughout the month, on any given month? You've got the Sun, then you've got Mercury, and then you've got this new moon. So Mercury moves into that career sector of yours on the 11th. That's right, the 11th. A lot of communication is going to be going on there. A lot of written and spoken word, telephone calls, emails, all that sort of stuff. And then you've got the new moon, which does indicate, as I say to some of the other star signs, Control, Alt, Delete. You may have to just completely restart something at that time. You may want to restart something, but based upon that retrograde Mars in the 3rd house, which is contracts, the way you think, negotiations, journeys, you may actually have a change of heart or may see through any beautiful, glistening offers that are on the table. So that's not a bad thing. Being a little bit cautious is actually a great thing. Finally, there's a wonderful eclipse. A lot of people don't think the eclipses are all that good. The eclipse is good for you because it rules your 6th house. I don't want to get too technical, but rulers of the 3rd, 6th, 8th, 12th houses, when they are weak, and here we see the eclipse weakens the strength of the moon, that is a good thing. That's happening on the 30th of November, so it really sets the stage for December and January. But essentially what it means, because the 6th house rules your enemies and those people that wish to harm you, that the eclipse weakens their power over you. So in terms of competitiveness, you have the edge. And I think leading up, as we've already said from some of these other aspects in the horoscope, this is a fantastic month for you, and one in which I think you're going to achieve a lot. And at the end of the day, you're going to feel pretty good about yourself. Take a look at astrology.com.au. We've got some more stuff there for you that I've put together. The daily readings, of course. I do the weeklies now. You've got more on the monthlies, a chronological list of all the aspects and how that actually fills in some of the gaps. If you're wondering what do you mean there, or go there to astrology.com.au. Take a look at all your free psychic readings. We've got loads of material there. A lot of resources for you to use to help test your own psychic ability, so you don't need to rely on me and wait for me every month. Drop me a line if you want. And of course, please subscribe. I'll see you next month. Great to have your company. Bye-bye now.